Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Michael Vass of MV Consulting Incorporated, and I thank you for joining me again today. The matter I'd like to discuss is one that's in the news currently, but we're now addressing the media circus of this. We're talking about the Sandy Hook shootings and the murders of the innocent children. More to the point, we're speaking about the gun control and the legislations that are being proposed at this time. Now, we share in the condolences to all those who have lost a loved one. And we share the outrage of the incident that occurred. Where we differ is in the emotion and the reaction that is happening now. And that is the gun control laws and the attempt towards gun restriction that is being laid out across the nation. Because in times of high emotion, people want action. And they want action that may not be the best course. Now, as we all know, there have been many gun incidents that have occurred. And each and every time that a gun has been used in these incidents, whether it's with Gabby Giffords or Columbine or the most recent, the fact has been that the person doing this is deranged. They are people who lack mental stability and have a defined intent to harm. And that is the difference between those individuals getting their hands on a firearm and a regular homeowner. I'll give you an example. This is a weapon that many would like to see banned from being able to be used or sold to civilians. This is an item that can protect homes. My home. That is a deadly weapon in the hands of someone who intends to use it as a deadly weapon. By itself, right now, it is a lump of metal. It's sitting here, it will do nothing. This shotgun is not going to kill someone. Not when it's sitting there. Not without an intent to use it in that manner. There is the difference. There is the fundamental difference that needs to be remembered and considered. This won't kill anyone. Not by itself. But let's say that the advocates who would like to change the Second Amendment, let's say they're successful. Let's say that individuals are no longer able to protect their homes with something like this. Because there are those out there in the world who would like to break the laws. And I'll get back to that key point in 1 second. My question would be, what's this? This is a deadly weapon. You have it in your home. And you may use it for the purpose that it has. But going back to the Middle Ages and even before, a hammer is a deadly weapon. You can kill someone with that, if that's what you want to do. You probably have this in your home. Maybe you want to fix a pipe. This is a deadly weapon, if your intent is to harm someone. What else might someone who's deranged, who's not mentally stable, what else could they use that you might have in your home? Box cutter. You may use it like I do to recycle cardboard. And that's what it's there for. But as we've seen with 9/11, those who are mentally unstable can use it for a far darker purpose. Does that mean that these weapons, these items, these weapons should be banned? I don't know. What about the 1980s? This was a deadly weapon. It was used in hundreds of assaults, muggings, in the New York City subways, to take people's money, to harm them, to attempt to kill them. You have this in your house. Is this a deadly weapon? In the hands of someone who's deranged? It is. Do we ban these items? Do we stop people from having these in their home or regulate them so that they have to have permits to have them in their house? Should they? I know, you're thinking, well, Mike, that's not the case. There's these crazy people. They have things like this, decorations, which could be a deadly weapon. And yes, indeed it could. But then again, everybody has this in their home, a steak knife. What's the difference? Well, this one you have in your house, everybody. And this one can be concealed easily. This one is a deadly weapon as much as any of the others. They all can be used to kill. And everyone has access to them. So the question comes, what are we really trying to say? Are we trying to put a gun control, a ban on guns because we want to protect each other? Because we want to make sure that no person who is mentally unstable or a criminal who is intent on causing harm, we want to make sure they can't get these things. Well, they can get any of these things. They can go down to a 5 and dime or grocery store. They can go anywhere. They can go into their house or your house, and they will find any of these items, and they can use them to kill you because they are criminal and or mentally unstable. That's their intent. So if we're going to go and make a ban, if we're going to restrict this because we want to have the feeling that we are safe, that we have done something, that we have somehow stopped criminals and the deranged, let's remember, we haven't stopped them from getting weapons. We haven't stopped them from being mentally unstable or from being able to act out with a will to harm others. That's the difference. Why are we doing this? Because we emotionally feel something must be done. I understand that. And we want to feel that we can do something to control this. And I understand that. But the honest answer is, whether or not this is available to anyone, someone who is mentally unstable, or more importantly, a criminal, who actively breaks the law, they will get their hands on any of these items, and they will use them. Gun control, or gun restriction, is not something that prevents criminals or the mentally unstable from doing what they do. It prevents law-abiding citizens who may want to protect their homes from doing so. You're not worried about your neighbor who may have any of these items, and probably has many of them, sitting in their house. You don't concern yourself with that, because they're law-abiding, regular people. The person you want to keep this out of the hands of is a criminal. And I understand that. But by stopping me from protecting my home, is that really stopping a criminal from breaking in and using any of these items to try and kill? Separate from the emotion of what's happened in the last couple of days and think about this. Is gun restriction really gun control? Or is it just an emotional response to try and find a way to do something in a horror that has no explanation? We thank you. We look forward to hearing from you. As always, Michael Vass.